Pemirsa, Anda masih menyaksikan 30 Minutes with His Excellency Mr. Olivier Chambard. So, Mr. Ambassador, I heard that you can speak a bit of Indonesian too?
Sedikit, saya sudah pernah tinggal di Jakarta 20 tahun yang lalu, tapi saya lupa sedikit dan bahasa Indonesia saya kurang bagus. Saya harus belajar. And next time we will do the interview in bahasa.
You sure about that? Your Indonesian is very good though. So did you learn this by yourself or did you have a tutor?
No, when I was a student, I went to the School of Oriental Languages in Paris, and I learned Hindi, Urdu, and Bahasa, but just for 2 years. So when I came back here, I practiced a lot. But 20 years is a long time, so you tend to forget, and the older you get, the more difficult it is to speak. I kept a little bit of the accent, so it gives the impression that I'm speaking a good Bahasa, and then it's not the case, so people are surprised.
What's your favorite word in Bahasa then?
Well, cepat.
Cepat. Do you think Indonesians are mostly slow?
No.
Or late
cepat
even?
no, I would have said pelan-pelan, but I said cepat because I think this country is very good at putting together a way of life which is cool, but also can react very quickly. So that's a good thing, and I like it.
So cepat ya?
Yeah, cepat.
Cepat.
Cepat, and perhaps also pintar.
Pintar. Why pintar?
Because pintar. When I was here 20 years ago, my youngest son, he arrived at 5 months old, and he left at 3.5, and he spoke very good Indonesian because he spoke with all the people, the cook, and all that. And so we went in Toraja country, and there were girls who were pinching him, and he was not happy about that. And then he started to shout at them in perfect Bahasa.
Okay.
So the girls were absolutely surprised and said, "Oh, pintar." And after that, we called him Pintar. So I like the word.
That's a good word. Cepat and pintar. Okay, Mr. Ambassador. So the 14th of July is Bastille Day for France, and I assume in the current situation there won't be a big celebration. So
yeah, because of the situation with the COVID-19, we decided not to host a party, a celebration for the National Day. It is the case in many French embassies around the world, and in Paris the festivities will be oriented towards a thank you to the people who helped to fight against the COVID-19. So here, nevertheless, we will try to be active on the 14th of July, and we'll have many things on the internet, on the cultural and historical music events. So I hope people will enjoy that. It's very important, but I think it would not be wise to hold a big gathering today. No.
So everything is going to be online?
Absolutely.
And what kind of things are going to be shared online?
You know, the French Institute in Jakarta, and we have several French institutes in Jakarta, in Surabaya, and Alliance Française, Medan, Bali. They will be very active and will organize debates online. We're going to have music online with French and Indonesian. We will talk about the 14th of July, the Bastille, what it means. So many things. There's a big concours with French and Indonesian students who wrote sentences to define the 14th of July. So we try to be active and to be present nevertheless.
All right. So I found that you are also able to make the perfect, help me with this, tarte tatin.
Tarte tatin. It's
Tarte tatin.
Tarte tatin. It's an apple tart, which is it's a nice story because it were two sisters who were cook, and they got it wrong because the tart you cook it normally with the past and the apple, and they put it on the other reverse, upside down. And it was very good because all the juices, the sugar, and then it's one of the most fantastic tart in the world, and I love it. And you can adapt it to a more Asian flavor with tarte tatin with mangoes instead of apples, and it's very good, I can tell you.
All right, as we are in the middle of Amu's Gourmet Kitchen, could you share us some tips and tricks on how to make a perfect tarte tatin?
Well, I should be very modest because Gilles Marx, the chef, is here, so he knows far better. I think the thing, it's not a very difficult tart to make. You have to have the good apples or good mangoes, and to slice it not too thinly. It has to be relatively big chunks. And of course, you have to do the pastry, which is not very difficult, but you have to learn it. And after that, you put it in the oven and you serve it with crème fraîche or with nothing, which is the best, I think.
All right, for Indonesians watching this at the moment, what French cuisine would you highly recommend to Indonesians?
It's difficult to
So many.
pick.
What's your favorite dish, French dish?
Well, I like lamb, but it's a simple. I think it can be done.
But it has to be something that Indonesian can accept with our taste buds
then
too.
pot au feu. Pot au feu, it's a sop buntut, basically, with more pieces than what is in sop buntut. I don't know the term, la queue de bœuf, but it's one of the favorite French food. So then, to start for Indonesian, they can try the pot au feu, because it will be not too far from sop buntut, but a little bit different. So it's a good start, I think.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Ambassador, for
Makasih
sharing all
banyak.
your thoughts and all your stories about France. And we hope that we're going to go back to the real normal soon. Terima kasih pemirsa, Anda telah menyaksikan 30 Minutes with His Excellency, Mr. Olivier Chambard. Saya Luisa Kusnandar, undur diri. Terima kasih.